True dominance is not found in the favors you give, but in the psychological debt you engineer by allowing your enemies to invest in your greatness. The Elon Musk Effect, chaotic dominance. 1. The illusion of madness. The world sees a genius, a visionary, a chaotic billionaire who tweets on a whim and upends industries with a single thought. They call him unpredictable, impulsive, even mad. They are wrong. Elon Musk isn't chaotic. He embodies chaotic dominance, a calculated strategy of strategic unpredictability designed to keep his rivals disoriented and his followers spellbound. Today, Dr. Shadow dissects the mind of the modern emperor. Elias, my most astute student, once advised a rising tech mogul who mirrored Musk's tactics. This is not about building rockets, it's about controlling minds. 2. The weapon of unpredictability, cognitive overload. The human mind craves order. It seeks patterns, predictability, and safety. When faced with constant, seemingly random shifts, the mind enters a state of cognitive overload. The disorientation effect. Your rivals cannot anticipate your next move. They waste resources chasing shadows, reacting to every tweet, every rumor. While they are busy deciphering your madness, you are executing your long-term plan in silence. The addiction loop. Followers, however, become addicted to the spectacle. They crave the next outrageous statement, the next market-shaking announcement. You become their source of excitement, their personal drama. They don't just follow, they depend on your chaos for their daily dopamine hit. 3. The Shadow Case Study, Elias and Project Chimera. Elias was brought in to assist a startup founder, let's call him Victor, who was constantly being undermined by a larger competitor. Victor was talented, but played by the rules. Elias changed that. Elias advised Victor to adopt a controlled chaos strategy. The false flag diversion. Victor would leak rumors of a wild, impossible product, Project Chimera, that had nothing to do with his core business. The competitor wasted millions investigating this phantom project. The sudden pivot. Once the competitor was sufficiently distracted, Victor would suddenly announce a minor but highly disruptive upgrade to his actual product. This was released without warning, catching the competitor off guard. The cryptic hint. Victor began posting vague, almost nonsensical philosophical statements on his social media, intermingled with genuine insights. This kept his audience constantly engaged, trying to decipher his genius while simultaneously confusing his critics. Result, the competitor's stock took a hit, their R&D budget was drained, and Victor's brand became synonymous with innovative, if eccentric, genius. Elias had shown Victor how to weaponize the opponent's need for order against them. 4. The Controlled Leak Protocol. Musk rarely slips up. His controversial statements are often precisely timed, serving multiple strategic purposes. Market manipulation. A cryptic tweet can send stock prices soaring or plummeting, allowing for strategic buying or selling. Narrative control. By generating massive headlines, even negative ones, he dominates the conversation, pushing out rival narratives. Loyalty reinforcement. His core followers see these controversies as proof of his rebellious genius and rally to his defense, strengthening their tribal bond. V. The Cult of Personality. Why people worship the unpredictable.
Humans are drawn to power, especially when it defies conventional understanding. The unpredictable leader becomes an enigma, a figure beyond the norms. The chosen one syndrome. Followers believe they are part of an exclusive group that gets the genius behind the chaos. The excitement factor. In a predictable world, the chaotic leader offers an intoxicating dose of drama and excitement. People volunteer their attention, their loyalty, and their money to be part of the show. VI, the danger zone, when chaos consumes you. This strategy is not for the faint of heart. Without precise control, chaotic dominance can devolve into genuine self-destruction. The line of no return. Knowing the difference between strategic unpredictability and actual recklessness is key. One empowers, the other destroys. The isolated king. If you alienate everyone, even your most loyal followers will eventually grow weary of the endless drama. VIII. Conclusion. The master of the storm. Elon Musk understands a fundamental truth. In a world saturated with information, predictable patterns are easily ignored. True power lies in being the storm no one can forecast, the enigma no one can solve. He doesn't seek calm, he engineers the hurricane. And while others are scrambling for shelter, he sails effortlessly through the eye of the storm. I am Dr. Shadow. Stop trying to fit into the system. Learn to shatter it and rebuild it in your own image. That is where true power lies. The Elon Musk Effect, Part 2. The Architect of Rebellion. VIII. The Power of Polarization. Us versus them. Musk is not just a businessman. He has created a brand of rebellion. In dark psychology, this is known as the polarization strategy. He positions himself against the system, the old world, and boring corporations. The psychology. If you do not create an enemy, you will never have an army. By creating rivals, whether they are short sellers, politicians, or critics, Musk triggers a protection instinct in his followers. The result: your mistakes are no longer seen as failures. They are framed as attacks from the enemy. Your followers cease to be mere customers. They become your shadow army. X. The first principles mindset. Stripping down truth. Musk constantly speaks about first principles. In dark psychology, this is used to dismantle the logical foundations of those around you and install your own version of reality. The technique: ask why so many times that the other person begins to doubt their own expertise. Trash their years of experience and established habits as outdated baggage. The domination. When someone doubts their own knowledge, they instinctively look for a new truth. At that exact moment of vulnerability, you provide your own narrative as the only logical path forward. XI. The Shadow Case Study. Elias and the Hostile Takeover. Elias once advised a young investor who wanted to acquire a dying but historically significant media company. The board of directors was fiercely against the sale. Elias instructed the investor to apply the Musk protocol. The public challenge. The investor began publicly shaming the leadership for being dinosaurs and unable to see the future through aggressive social media posts and interviews. The hero narrative. He framed himself as the only savior who could protect the company's legacy. Soon, the company's own employees began to defect to the investor's side. The chaotic offer. he suddenly made a massive all-cash offer and stated it was only valid for 24 hours. The board fell into a state of panic and disarray. The board members began fighting among themselves. They were no longer asking what is right, but how do we avoid being labeled as traitors to the company's future? Elias helped his client buy the company at a significantly lower price while being hailed as a visionary hero. XII, the burn the boats principle. Musk often employs the all-in strategy, famously claiming he put his last cent into SpaceX and Tesla. This is a dark psychology tactic known as high-stakes vulnerability. The hook. People are drawn to madmen who put themselves at risk. It allows them to feel a borrowed sense